Hey guys, so this is my girl cave, makeup room, beauty room, whatever you want to call it. And I'm actually going to be filming an update to one of my first videos here on YouTube, which was my makeup collection storage organization video, which is a video that I think a lot of people really liked, judging from the comments, and some people really disliked. To each their own, it's all good. And since I've changed a fair bit of stuff in here, and I've gotten some new pieces of furniture, and my husband has built me some things, I think it's probably a good time to actually update this. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them in the comment field. I will try to answer everything that I can, but I'll also try to put everything as far as names of products and furniture and that sort of thing in the description box below. So check that first if you can. Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so this is the entrance to the makeup room. It's a French door because I wanted as much light as possible coming in between these two rooms. This is the office that we're standing in right now. And just to make it an extra conservation of space, it's a sliding door. Okay, so this side of the room basically has some books, a storage unit, a nice little sofa to read my books and magazines in. These are Alphonse Mucha prints in frames that I got from Chapters, and the frames themselves were 75% off, so that was a steal. And then this is a jewelry board that my husband made me out of the front cover of an electrical panel, which is always a gross thing in houses, and this is much better use of space. These knobs were from Anthropologie, so he just put them in there and I hung my jewelry from them. And then he built me this little frame out of cord round basically and painted it, and then he put this is like a picture hanging wire, and then I just put my earrings through that. And then on this side here is the actual makeup area, so I'll take you in for a close-up of that. This is a Besta bookcase. It's actually the same as the bookcase that's just behind us. It has the doors on it, and just that one I added doors to it. And then I've done a separate video on the nail polish rack, but I'll give you another close-up here. So this is something that, again, my husband made. There's no backing on it. It's just the frame and then the shelves. And that's all the OPI nail polishes I have. Organized pretty much by color, and then at the bottom some texture, and there's some random Nicole nail polishes. And then the bookcase has makeup related books here. Some makeup magazines, so On Makeup and Makeup Artist magazine. Some fashion books, and then my perfume books. And then on the other side, we have another rack. This is actually the first rack that he made, and then he added the other one. So sorry, this one has kind of different collections. I have some Lise Watier, Misa, Illamasqua, MAC, Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab. Those are Butter, London, Estee Lauder, NARS, Anna Sui, A. England, Dior, Deborah Lippmann, Zoya, more Zoya, more Zoya. And then at the bottom I have some like drugstore, so Revlon, Wet n Wild, some Sephora, and then some Maybelline. And then to give you an idea here, so this is an absolutely gorgeous Tiffany style lamp that my mom actually got me for my birthday a couple years ago. I literally sat there and cried for like 20 minutes when I opened the box because it's just so stunningly beautiful. It's actually a little peacock, which I don't know if you can tell from here. But yeah, it's a little head there. And then it's like body here. Anyway, it's very pretty and I'm happy with it. These are just a couple of like random little things I have here. This box I use to store any makeup that I've recently gotten that I haven't had a chance, oh my gosh, that I haven't had a chance to review yet. So that's that. Okay, so pretty much all the drawer units are the Alex units from IKEA. Actually, no, sorry, all the drawer units are the Alex units from IKEA. And I'll show you kind of what's in the drawers one by one. So this is the eyeliner and lashes drawer. So I kind of have them segregated by, these are like the liquid liners, sort of chubby pencils, ones that are too long, so this is like a longer unit. And then these guys all sit in Ferrero Rocher boxes, you know, the little chocolates that are like kind of hazelnutty. So once they're empty, I get to eat the delicious chocolate first, obviously, which is great. And then I use these for storage. So these ones are separated by colors. So you have kind of like browns and golds, blacks and silvers, olive greens, teals, blues, purples and roses, sharpeners, eyelashes, single eyelashes, eyelash glue, and then sort of like glitter liners and kind of funkier liners there. Okay, this is the second drawer. So this one is gel eyeliners and cream eyeliners and cream shadows. And I've tried to kind of keep them by brand as much as possible. So the Maybelline Color Tattoos, the Benefit, some Stila, some Chanel, that sort of thing. These ones are the L'Oreal Infallible, some different sort of odds and ends here. Some cream eyeshadows in like liquid form. And then this is kind of like, I don't have a lot of eyebrow product to be honest, so I very much just have the Makeup Forever, a little palette here, and then some Ellis Fast cream eyeshadows. And this is single eyeshadows that I haven't depotted. I don't really plan on depotting unless I end up having to for space. These are ice cube trays that I got at the dollar store. So they fit, not everything unfortunately, they're a little bit small for like the bigger type eyeshadows, but these ones, like if you have MAC or Urban Decay or the NYX ones, they fit perfectly. They're great for that. And it was just pretty much what I have. So Urban Decay, some MAC, some Too Faced here. This is Rouge, Bunny Rouge, and some drugstore here as well. So NYX and Wet n Wild. I forgot to mention, I'll go back here. So these, all these plastic trays, these ones, they're all from the dollar store. So if you're in Canada, Dollarama is the store I got them from, as well as the ice cream trays. And more single eyeshadows. These are the ones that obviously won't fit into the ice cube trays because they're too big. So again, it's a combination of the plastic trays from the dollar store, a Godiva, not a Godiva, sorry, a Ferrero Rocher tray. And again, I have them separated as much as possible by brand. So, you know, Estee Lauder together, these are Clarins together, you know, MAC together, that sort of thing. It just makes it really easy to see what I have, obviously, if I'm going for it there. Okay, okay, this drawer is mostly sort of mineral makeup, some pigments, some NYX palettes, some Coastal Scents stuff as well. And then the bottom one is where I have most of my drugstore palettes. These are mostly, if not all, eyeshadow palettes. So we got some Sleek, some L'Oreal, Maybelline, Wet n Wild, some Quo, that sort of thing. These are just old boxes from, I think this was like a Bare Essentials kit, some larger Ferrero Rocher boxes, and then these ones come 3 to a pack at the dollar store. So that's a good use of space. So to give you an idea, like what kind of space you can occupy with the different trays, if you decide to get an Alex unit, that gives you an idea of what you can sort of fit. Okay, next unit. This is a Besta bookcase, and this is one of the more narrow ones. So it's 7 inches deep instead of 15 like the other ones are. And I just got a little door to go with it. And this one, because of the door, it will tip forward if you get it. So you do need to attach it at the back to secure it to the wall. Otherwise it will tip over on you anytime you open the door. So anyway, so Random Prettiness from Anthropologie, because I thought it was gorgeous and I really wanted it. This is actually just a perfume box. And I don't know, I just thought it was pretty. So this was an meringue jar from, again, Chapters. I was full of meringues, also on discount at 75%, so it came out to like, I don't know, $5 or $6. And the meringues were good, don't get me wrong, but I was all about getting the jar. So I got a couple of them. This one has cotton pads. This was, again, a jar from Chapters, again, 75% off. And I have various little mascara samples, that sort of thing in there. This Apothecary jar has different sort of makeup samples, mostly like foundations and that sort of thing. This is a bag from La Tirée, which I adore. So good. Every time I go to New York, must indulge. So some skincare samples in there. This is an old Prada fragrance set box, which has some more skincare type samples. Okay, and then behind the door, I have some more sort of extra or hygiene related storage. So in more of those little trays, I got kabuki brushes, beauty blenders, various little implements, cotton swabs, extra brushes that I don't use that often, so I keep them sort of off the vanity to save space. Some hygiene materials, so like alcohol, that sort of thing, hand sanitizer, top coats and base coats. And then this is a jar of brushes that need to be actually washed, so they don't kind of take up space in the jars on the vanity unnecessarily. Paper towel and baby wipes. So all that sort of stuff. So the actual vanity is made up of 4 IKEA Alex units. The tabletop used to be called something else. Now it's, I think, a Limon tabletop. And this is the 57-inch size, I believe, will be the closest one that's available now. And on the top, the little flowers and things like that, those are just from like Pier 1. I just wanted something really pretty and dainty and feminine. The mirror is from HomeSense. The lights are from Canadian Tire, and they were really cheap. They were something like, I don't know, maybe 20 bucks. The little lights on the sides are, I want to say they were from Walmart. Somewhere like really inexpensive like that as well. I just needed something really small to tuck into the sides so I could have ambient light on the side of my face when I'm doing makeup. And then the tabletop itself, I have sort of the stuff I would reach for on a more daily basis. So I have MAC palettes, which don't necessarily contain MAC products. They might have something else in them, like, for example, these are depotted NYX shadows. And the unit that they're in, this is a DVD CD holder. And this I got from a store in Toronto. The name I can't remember right now, but I'll try to get it for you guys. And then these little jars. So again, chapters indigo. These were like little coffee mugs, and this was like a little planter. So it's the white version of the teal one there. And then I just put rice on the bottom and stick my brushes in there. I use rice instead of beads because I'm kind of a neat freak when it comes to that sort of stuff, and I worked at Sephora and I got really tired of the little balls going everywhere. They get dirty and dusty and they're impossible to clean, whereas rice, it's dried rice. After a while you just, you know, throw it out, it's organic, it'll decompose and you get more rice and it's cheaper. So yeah, that's my little spiel. Then I have mascaras, eye primers, that sort of thing. And here I have some samples of things that I'm currently trying out, some hair clips, that sort of thing. Okay. So in this box, there's not really much. It's just like random, like advertising things that come with orders and stuff. I just thought the box was really pretty. Okay, so top drawer is nail polishes, various mostly drugstore type nail polishes, and these are New Bar and some more drugstore, some Inglot, and then these are cut down boxes that if you buy more than like one OPI nail polish, if you buy a few from a company, they'll sometimes send it to you in the actual OPI box, so I just cut it down. And that way they don't move around like crazy. So here I have Color Club, some Essie, and again, same boxes, just the ones that came with these guys. Okay, so makeup. So I've organized pretty much all the drawers as much as possible by brand, or by, I guess parent brand would be the better term. This guy is pretty much all Lancome here. There's some Yves Saint Laurent and some Shu Uemura, which are owned by L'Oreal, and then randomly Laura Mercier. There you go. Kevin Aucoin, some Vincent Longo, and some Clarins. Yeah, Clarins. So these guys are little trays that have kind of like a slightly rubberized base. I mean, not crazy, but enough for the stuff not to slip around too much. And they have little rubberized feet, so they don't slide around. And these are available at, they call the store Maxi here in Quebec. I'm not sure if it's called something else out west, maybe something like Superstore. And these are available in their sort of homewares department. They come in 3 or 4 different sizes. So like this size, a little smaller square size, a slightly longer size, and then a quite long size. And they range from something like 50 cents for the very small to $3 for the quite large one. So I mean, they're not like super cheap, especially if you're buying a bunch. But what I ended up doing is I ended up just buying a few at a time over the course of a year and kind of doing drawer after drawer. So, you know, like something like this maybe cost me like, you know, $6 or $10. So again, not super cheap, but definitely an option for keeping things really, really clean and tidy. And this one is Dior and Guerlain. This one, Estee Lauder, MAC, Smashbox, so all essentially Estee Lauder brands. This one is Lorac and some odds and ends as well. And then you can sort of mix it up. You can use, you know, like, oh, this is an example of like the really long one, the longest one, the $3 one, to the sort of semi-shorter ones. That gives you about that much depth. And then you can stick in Ferrero Rocher boxes more. Clearly I have a chocolate addiction as much as I do a makeup addiction. And then here I have Bare Essentials and NARS, which are owned by the same company, so they fit well together. And then here you have 3 of the sort of medium-sized ones, again with Ferrero Rocher boxes. Then you have some Tarte palettes, and then I have some Z palettes tucked in here. This one's like a little bit less structured because the stuff was really big, so that kind of fit. On to drawer set number 2. These are cream blushes and cream bronzers and highlighters. And this is a bit of more of a mishmash of different sort of inserts. A variety of different brands. I'm not going to name them all. And then these are lip liners, lip stains, lip glosses in funny tins, and then sort of chubby lip pencils. So kind of like non-lipstick or lip gloss formed lip product, if that makes any sense. Again, the Ferrero Rocher. I'm kind of embarrassed now as you realize exactly how much chocolate I eat. And then this is the lipstick drawer. So not crazy full. I've actually gone through and weeded and pulled out some stuff that I wasn't really using. These are boxes mostly from candles. So Patty Wax, for example. And where I can make it fit, I just take the actual lipstick tubes and cut them down and then tape them together so then I can have stuff standing up really neatly. And some of them, they're just a little bit too small and you can't quite fit it, but yeah, that's an option. And then sort of same thing here. And just the same thing with like lip glosses. So this is kind of like the higher end lip glosses. I did have some of these guys from the dollar store that I put in there because the lip glosses were actually a little bit too tall, or they were kind of really awkwardly shaped or too thick or whatnot, and they didn't quite work in there. And then this is the more lip glosses and lipsticks, and this is sort of my drugstore and lippy drawer. So drugstore lipsticks and then drugstore lip glosses. These are from, I want to say Winners, and they're just like letter sorting trays. And I use those for my Z palettes and various other palettes. My Inglot palettes are there, a little extra mirror. And then here I have a cake stand, also from Chapters, also bought on sale. And then I get some space here for all my various daily use liquids. So, you know, alcohol, Fix Plus, toner, makeup remover, that sort of stuff. And then I have a duplicate of the MAC palette holder. And here again, I have that mirror image of the jars. And then this was a really pretty little tray that was just too adorable. So I have it for my kabuki brush that I use more regularly that won't really fit into that. And then this absolutely stunning Cinderella compact from Sephora. Okay, so drawer set number 3, blushes, variety of different brands. These are skewed a little bit more towards drugstore. And sort of MAC, Tarte, Bare Essentials, some Laura Geller back there. And again, that mixture of the plastic trays from the dollar store, the trays from Maxi. I'll kind of fit it together as best I can. These are more like mineralized skin finishes, highlighters, that sort of thing. These are powders, loose powders, bronzers, more bronzers and powders. Powders and bronzers. And here is foundations and concealers and primers and BB creams. Oh my, a whole bunch of stuff here. I actually just went through and got rid of some stuff that was going a little bit funky, so I'm still kind of alarmed. But yeah, here we go. And this is possibly the least, you know, regimented looking drawer because it's just such a mishmash of different boxes and things, but I just kind of had to fit what would work with the different sized items. And, you know, not the neatest, but whatever. The last drawer unit, it has these beautiful flowers from Pier 1, this gorgeous vase from HomeSense, and this super cute elephant. I just love him so much. I considered stabbing him with my brushes and having it be a brush holder, but he was just too cute. I didn't want to do that to him. Okay, more nail polish. These are the China Glazes. Again, same way of storing them. Sorry. More China Glaze. Actually, all three of them probably have China Glaze. Yeah, and then a little bit of Orly here. So yeah. And then more palettes. As you may have noticed, the exterior units are pretty much all palettes because I'm palette obsessed. Tarina Tarantino, Kat Von D, what's her face? Charlotte Ronson. So kind of like the Sephora collaboration collections, I guess. This one is, for the most part, Lise Watier. These are all Lise Watier. And then these are just kind of odds and ends with Josie Maran, Pixie. Urban Decay and The Balm, which to me kind of have such a similar formulation that it makes sense for them to be together. And they're kind of like, both got that kind of like funky, well, they're more vintagey obviously, but they kind of got that same vibe to me. I don't know. It makes sense to put them together, I guess. This is some Too Faced. And this is part one of the Stila with a little bit of some other brands here, so Hourglass. And then this is the rest of the Stila stuff in its own little drawer. And that is it. That is the collection. Oh, and before I forget, this chair, which I got from HomeSense, has kind of like a vinyl finish, which is fantastic for a makeup room because you will have spills and messes eventually over something. So this wipes off really easily, as do all these units, but especially the glossy top desktop. Just a little bit of alcohol on a cotton pad cleans right up. So yeah, so that is my makeup room. Sorry, I'm giving you motion sickness here. And if there's anything more specific you guys want to see, just let me know. If you have any questions that aren't answered in the description box, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.